Good morning, everybody. My name is Brent and I am a traditional custodian. My country, where I'm from, was actually from the country of the red flowering paperbark tree. We call this one Number, but Number also actually meant sort of yesterday as well. Good thing is, when everyone asks me, can everyone hear me?
No.
Everyone? Okay, how about this? No? When everyone asks me, they ask me where I was born, I just simply say I was born yesterday. But the country I talk about is actually Namibia. And I always tell people when we live here and we walk this land, we all still speak that language of the old Kubbi and Kubbi people. And it just comes into our place names. For me, to understand our place names, to understand our country, then we start to see the connections this country has. Where everything in this country has a purpose, has a meaning. And it's up to us, as custodians on this place, to understand that too. Sort of for me, that branches with everything as well. It's all about that understanding. Something as simple as watching bark fall off a tree can actually tell you about migratory paths from fish all the way down New South Wales way, coming up to this area here to lay their eggs. Something as simple as watching flowers blooming on the paperbark trees tells us that the rain's coming. Something as simple as looking at the rainbow lorikeets in the afternoon making a big old noise in the rivers, telling us there's fish in the river. So we have these connections. And this is what my family have been doing for countless generations. We are traditional custodians. And our purpose for being traditional custodians is to actually share our knowledge and share it to everybody because, you know, when we say, simply just means that I have lived here and walked this land. This is the country where we hunt for our food and bring it back to our home. So we still do this today. Everyone does it. We just do it in a different fashion from the old days. We go hunting at Woolworths or Coles or Aldi. Still hunting for our food though. And we also always bring it back to our home. So on behalf of my family, I'd like to say, Wanya, Wanya, Kubbi, Kubbi, Yamanja. We'll know Brent Noosa. Garing in the name of Mamuranga, Jagan Gungan, Yarin, Vanjalam Garangun Yin. Basically a long way saying g'day. But it just talks about hello everybody. My name is Brent and I have lived here and walked this land. This is the country I hunt for my food, bring it back to my home, but I also pay my respects to my ancestors, to my elders. Yin Yaran male ancestors and elders, and Yin Yaran Gun, female ancestors and elders too. And Gavanjalam Garangun Yin is actually to everyone here, thank you very much for inviting me here. Also to have you yarn as well. So thank you, enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you, Brent. It's really important. The first time we celebrated Day of Mourning was 4 years ago, and one of the comments afterwards was it was a pity we didn't have any Aboriginal people here, and so it's wonderful to have you with us, just to help us to enter into this sense of this is you are First Nations and we are part of this country together. Let's join in the call to worship, and the response will be on the screen. Our land is alive with the glory of God. Brown grasses sing. All created things add Let our voices mingle with those of the earth.
May our hearts join in the beat of her joy.
For our triune God is with us.
The source of all being surrounds and upholds us. Christ Jesus walks beside and before us. The Spirit moves within and within us. Blessed be God, our one and God.
Let's join in the acknowledgement of First Peoples. This particular statement actually incorporates a lot of the Uniting Church's understanding of the place of Indigenous people and the place of Second Peoples in Australia, and how God has been active in Indigenous culture. As some people have said, God didn't come to Australia on the first fleet. So, together as we gather to worship, we acknowledge the Kubbi peoples, the first inhabitants of this place from time beyond remembering. We acknowledge that through this land, God nurtured and sustained the first peoples of this country, the Aboriginal and Islander peoples.
We honour them for their custodianship of the land in which we are.
And Brent already mentioned custodians. We acknowledge that the first peoples had already encountered the Creator God before the arrival of the colonisers.
The Spirit was already in the land, revealing God to the people through law, custom, and ceremony.
We acknowledge that the same love and grace that was finally and fully revealed in Jesus Christ sustained the first peoples and gave them particular insights into God's ways.
And so we rejoice in the reconciling purposes of God, found in the good news about Jesus Christ.
Let's sing together our first hymn for the day.